Today's we discuss of the topic about Apex programming. So without later, we can go further. So these are the ways we can write the Apex code by using standard navigation, developer console, execute anonymous window, and using Eclipse IDE, VS Code or Lightning Studio. So how many ways we can execute the Apex code? So generally, Salesforce provided the below ways to invoke the Apex code. So by using execute anonymous window, triggers, batch Apex programming, schedule Apex program, visual force pages, email services, APIs. By using LWC, we can invoke the Apex method, and by using flows, we can invoke the Apex method by mentioning the invocable method as an annotation. So operator is nothing but a symbol which performs the operations on the operands. So Apex provides the below category of the operators. So now we need to understand this. So mathematical or mathematical operators. So plus, minus, multiplication, division by or math dot mod value 1 or value 2, value 1 comma value 2. So this is to get the remainder values, relation or comparison. So these are used to compare the two values less than or equal to greater than or equal to double equals to and not equals to. So increment or decrement operators are two plus symbols which denotes increase the value by one, and two minus symbols here denotes decrement the value by one. We write plus plus, which means we are saying to the apex, or we are instructing to the apex, that is to increment the value by 1, and 2 minus, which denotes decrement the value by 1. Logical operators. So and, so we will mention like this symbol, or the same here, not exclamatory mark. Okay, like this we can do. So these are the some examples I have pointed here to discuss today. So write an Apex programming to define two variables and display the values on the debug log file, and write an Apex program to calculate the total marks of the three subjects. Write an Apex program to calculate the simple interest. Write an Apex program to find out the sum of the first 50 numbers, 50 numbers. Write an Apex program to perform the mathematical operators for the given two numbers. Let's start. Okay. So this is okay. Okay, fine. This is my developer org. Okay, my personal developer org. If you want, you can also create a developer org by developer.salesforce sign up. If you can mention like this, you will be having developer edition sign up. So here it's a lifetime validation, doesn't have these many days or these many days to expire. So this developer edition, you need to give your first name, last name, email, role, company name, and country or region, your postal code, and username, as here the instructions said, and click this I agree button and sign me up, so that you, whatever the email ID you have given, you will receive some link, and where you can provide your password, and you can have a credentials over there, and you can easily log into your credentials. Okay, so this way you can create a free developer account for the practice, or to learn Salesforce, Apex coding, all those things are new to know the Salesforce platform, like that. Okay, so the first of all, this is a setup. Okay, we need to go here, and we need to give like Apex. Just allow this, and we need to give this Apex. Okay, and you can find this Apex classes, right? So let's click on this. The very first way is standard navigation. Here you can see like this page will open. So you can create a new from here, and you can write a code from here. This is a standard way of navigation and how you can create the Apex class here. Okay. So other way around, we can also create Apex by using developer console. Okay, just opening this developer console. Okay. So in developer console, we have execute anonymous window. We can open this execute anonymous window, or you can press Control plus C, where it opens the execute anonymous window. Right at the moment, whatever the use cases I have provided will be showcased on the execute anonymous window, because we have not discussed on the OOPS concepts or anything, because on the Apex class we definitely require the access specifiers to denote, like we need to have a class and then we need to have a method, then only the class Apex class will be saved. But this execute anonymous window, where we can write Apex logic and check how we can print the logic, and how can we view the logs like that. We can verify here, and we can expand this as well. So the first one, which I have discussed, is write Apex programming. So this is the way we can provide the comment session for the Apex programming. We can give this comment session like this. We can give. This is the way to comment for the Apex programming. Okay. So write an Apex program to define two variables and display the values on the debug log file. Okay, so just comment this. Okay, so generally, mm, how we can execute, or how we can view the logs which has been provided by the Salesforce. So here, the use case is we need to define two variables, and we need to display that values on the debug log file. Let's see, I'm just writing here the system.debug. Okay. And for every statement in Apex, we need to provide the semicolon. This is very, very important. Okay. So here, if you can see, there are two terms, which is execute and execute highlighted. So whenever you click on this open log and execute highlighted or execute, what it happens, it provides debug logs, and it shows the value which we have mentioned in the system.debug. Let's execute and check. Let's execute. Okay. Just doing once again. Okay. So see, let's see. Okay. So if it is not opening, we need to go here and we need to check the debug log files. I'm just closing everything here to understand in a better way. Okay. And also I'm refreshing this. Okay. There are no logs here yet. And I'm just opening once again, the execute anonymous window. I'm just closing this, the other window. Okay. And this is a, if you see, there are no locks right at the moment. And if you see, this is the execute anonymous window. And this is the program we were trying to achieve. So I'm just clicking on execute. Okay, execute right at the moment. So, and we can see in the developer console there is a log already open. Okay, we can it has already opened with some logs. Let's understand what exactly it has been provided. Okay, directly we can click on the debug only to verify the log which has been provided, or which has been given on the system.debug to print here. For the better understanding here, I'm just giving here, if you see in the fourth line there was a debug, and what it is printing, welcome to apex program. So this is what we have also given in the fourth line. Okay, so that is printing uh, the right value only here. If we want only this thing, we need to just click on this debug only, which provides the exact on the fourth line we have denoted we have written system.debug, where it was showing the value which needs to be printed here. Okay, it is given the right one. Okay, so now what we need to do, we need to define two variables, and then we need to display the values in the debug log file. Okay, I'm taking here some integer, and I'm naming some right at the moment some customer code. Okay, customer code, and string, I'm taking some string and customer name. Okay, customer name, just like this, customer code and customer name. These are just variables. We can also give like this. We can define whatever we were good with it, but it should be a meaningful name to understand in a better way. The code should be understood by every developer, right? For that, we need to give a proper naming conventions. Okay, so these are the two values. Uh, two data types I have given. For integer, I have taken the variable cust code, and string cust customer name in shortcuts cust name I have taken. So, so I'm just debugging now. So first one I want to debug this. Next, we can debug like this, and also we can debug in this way also. Like we can give like this, and just give uh, here the variable name which we have provided here. So customer code is, I'm just giving like this and giving some space so that we can properly read the debug logs. And the same thing I want to take the customer name. Okay. So customer name is, okay. What now it happens? What happens? So I have taken two variables. So for the variables, upon defining the variable, so to make this variable, to utilize this variable, we need to make system to understand. For that we need to give a data type to it. So if I say integer cust code, it means this variable can only holds the numerical values or number values. String, it's a text type, and customer name which can hold the text or text address or collection of characters. Okay, so what I'm doing, so I want to debug these things. So I'm just copying this block and doing execute highlighted. I highlighted these things and I want to do execute highlighted. Okay. Now if we can see this here, and directly we got some blocks, and it is 180. Okay. So this moment, what we understand, okay, the first time cust code is equals to cust code limit is equals to none. So we have not given any values as such. So we have not given any values as such. So Apex by default consider and provides a null value to the variable. Okay, that's we have already discussed. So okay, so what it given? So let's debug this. Okay. So if you see what we got, customer code is null as Apex code. Apex by default assumes and assigns as a null. So hence we have not given or assigned any value for these variables. Okay. So let's see. Let's assign some values to these variables and identify what Apex will treat, and we get the output. Okay. So since cast code is an integer, I have defined as an integer, so I can directly give a value here like this. Okay. So customer name, since it's a string, I have denoted. Okay. So I can give like this. Okay. So what I can write at the moment, I'm just giving USB as my customer. Okay, USB as my customer, and the code is 2000. Okay. Now I want to uh, debug these things after I have assigned. So now what I'm doing, I'm just debugging these things. Okay. So if I want to let's comment this. Let's comment this and verify how it is, how the Apex is taking. Okay. So I have debug. I have given a commentary sessions for these lines. So I have taken two variables. One is integer data type and one is string data type. So for these values, for these variables, I have assigned some values. Okay. So cast code, I have assigned 2000 and customer name in this case USB. So it should be denoted in this symbol, in this notation only, as we discussed in the earlier video. So now I was debugging these things, and let's verify how the debug statements will provide or whether it is give it the correct or not. We can review using the debug statements. Okay. Let's take this. Let's highlight only this piece of code or this block and execute a highlight. Okay. So unexpected token column 30. Column 13. Okay, column 13. Okay, let's take this. Okay, let's try once again. Let's try once again. Okay, if you see, it has one more debug log. Okay, I have not provided an open log. I'm just providing open log here. And let's take only this piece of code from here to here. Okay, and execute highlighted. Okay, so we got some debug logs here. Okay, let's purely understand, clearly understand this. The sixth line, okay, the sixth line here we have you know highlighted this. Okay, that's the thing it was showing. So debug only. Initially, what Apex treating, so we have not assigned here. So that's time it will be it assigns like a null value. Apex by default assigns a null value. And then later we have provided some values to those variables. You could see cast code is equals to 2000 and customer name is equals to USB. Okay, it is taking like this, and we have printed these values, and let's see when we click on debug only how it would show. So whatever we have provided the debug logs here, and we have provided this customer code is and with the cust code and cust name. So here the customer code is 2000 ideally. Okay, this is the customer code. We should show 2000, and customer name, it's USB. So here in the debug log, it is showing the right one only. Okay. Now let's say I'm giving here some 4000. So my customer name would be some USB one. Let's see how the debug logs will print. Let's execute this and let's debug only. And if you see the same thing, here the customer code has been changed to 4000 and customer name is changed to USB one. So that's where we also getting the system.debug logs like the similar way, the cust code which has been mentioned here and the customer name which has been given or which has been assigned the value to this customer. Like this, we can utilize the system.debug logs to verify whether the logic is working or not. Okay, so this is the first um, use case. So we have achieved by using taking these two variables, and we have also identified the system log debug logs, and we also understood how we can write the system.debug and how we can print the variables in the system.debug logs. Okay, let's take the other scenario. So let's take the other scenario. Okay, write an Apex program to calculate the simple interest. Okay, simple interest. Simple interest. Okay. So if we want to calculate the simple interest, generally we need to have three variables which should hold a integer value like numerical value or the number value I can say. So I'm taking here integer values. So I'm just taking principal amount PNR by 100, right? So I'm taking principal amount. It's a P. So and then interest rate, tenure. So to store this, I need to have one more variable. So I'm just taking interest amount here. Okay. You can also take not only this, we can take our own interest. I'm just giving uh, the things to make you familiarize. So I'm just taking in a better way principal and so principal amount and PTR. So okay, let's take like this. P T R I. Okay. In my case, to understand more familiar, let's take principal amount only here and tenure here, rate here, and interest amount. Okay, let's take like this. Okay. Okay. So I have taken four variables. So let's debug. Uh, okay. So what we can do to just debug log. Okay, I'm just giving this principal amount. The same thing, tenure here. The same thing we can go with the right here. Same thing we can take interest amount here. So let's verify how it will provide us. Okay. So then let's check. Okay. Debug only. If you see everything, we have not assigned any value to these particular variables. Hence, Apex treats it as a null value, and we were getting this null in the output debug log. Okay. So now we can assign some values to the variables. Let's take 4500. It's my principal amount. And tenure I have some 6. Let's take like this. And rate I could give as 4. Let's take like this. And we need to store this everything in one variable, right? So I have taken interest amount. But then let's verify this this on a debug after we have assigned the variables. Okay, so the same thing I'm giving here. I have assigned some variables. I want to check in my debug log file how it is showing. Okay, so then I'm just highlighting this and doing execute highlighted thing. Okay, and verifying how my debug log will showcase. If you see, okay, let's take this identification. So, okay, fine. Okay. If you see this, here I have given these values to this principal amount. Okay. So that's where principal amount I have given 4500, sorry, 4500, and tenure is 6 and rate as 4. So we got these values. But I have not given any value to this particular interest amount. This interest amount I have taken to store the formula and to debug this in a statement. Okay, so what I'm doing right now, so this interest amount is equals to principal amount. So principal amount into tenure into and rate, and everything should be closed on a bracket. Okay, by 100. Okay, this is the formula. So now I want to do a system.debug here. So here I want to debug this, just giving interest amount. Okay. So from here, what we can verify interest amount here is okay. So let's check this how we can get execute highlight things, and we can verify from here in the debug. You can see here. So principal amount, tenure, rate, and we have stored this in interest amount, right? It's a PTR by 100. So like 4 500 into 6 into 4 by 100. If you calculate, or if you do the calculation, you will get this interest amount like this. Thank you all. On the next video, we can discuss more examples. Thank you.